Good evening and welcome to the latest crypto rundown, delivering the most current developments for major cryptocurrencies as of July 31st, 2025. The market has experienced a 1.24% decline to $3.86 trillion in the past 24 hours, prompting a closer look at today's trends. We'll explore the latest headlines for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Binance Coin, Solana, Dogecoin, TRON, Cardano, Chainlink, Avalanche, Stellar, Hedera, and Litecoin, focusing solely on today's news, with no overlap from yesterday. Let's get started. Let's kick off with Bitcoin's latest market moves. Bitcoin is trading at $117,312.45, down 0.92%, with a $2.33 trillion market cap. Today's key story is a $500 million options expiry in progress, with 70% call options indicating bullish sentiment despite the dip, according to CryptoPanic. Whale accumulation suggests confidence in a potential recovery, and overnight data shows $300 million in Bitcoin futures open interest, with analysts from CryptoQuant noting a 5% increase in large holder balances, signaling long-term optimism. Now, turning to what's powering Ethereum today. Ethereum holds at $3,742.19, up 0.85%, with a $451.23 billion market cap. The big news is a 15% drop in gas fees overnight to $1.50, enhancing network usability per Cointelegraph. Its 10th anniversary celebrations continue, supported by $5.41 billion in July ETF inflows, and new reports from Glassnode indicate a 10% rise in active Ethereum addresses today, reflecting heightened user engagement as the network marks a decade of innovation. Next, let's check out XRP's whale-driven action. XRP is at $3.08, up 1.32%, with a $183.45 billion market cap. Today's focus is on 70 million XRP tokens, valued at $215 million, moved to cold storage by whales, per U. Today, as the SEC case approaches its August 15th deadline, sparking speculation. On-chain analytics from Whale Alert show a 15% uptick in XRP transactions over $100,000, underscoring institutional interest ahead of potential legal clarity. Moving on to Binance Coin's fresh developments. Binance Coin rises to $811.34, up 3.65%, with a $113 billion market cap. The headline today is Binance's launch of a $50 million fund for BNB chain developers overnight, aimed at fostering ecosystem growth, as per Binance updates. This follows a 7% increase in BNB staking rewards, attracting $200 million in new stakes, per Binance research. Let's shift to Solana's latest market boost. Solana surges to $181.92, up 4.28%, with a $97.89 billion market cap. Today's update is Solana Labs' $10 million grant for NFT projects, per the Solana Foundation, enhancing DeFi activity. Overnight, Solana's total value locked rose 5% to $4.5 billion, driven by new liquidity pools per DeFi Llama. Now let's explore what's behind Dogecoin's recent surge. Dogecoin climbs to 22 cents, up 4.72%, with a $33.72 billion market cap. The key story is a $22.9 million token unlock that happened, but whale buys pushed a 6% spike, as reported by Coinpedia, showing renewed interest. Social media sentiment on X shows a 20% uptick in Dogecoin mentions, boosting retail momentum. Turning to TRON's staking updates. TRON hits 34 cents, up 4.89%, with a $32.25 billion market cap. Today's news is a 5% increase in staking rewards overnight, per TRON DAO, strengthening the network. TRON's daily transaction volume hit $15 billion, a 10% jump per TRONscan, reflecting growing adoption. Let's dive into Cardano's testnet progress. Cardano rises to $0.78, up 3.67%, with a $27.82 billion market cap. The update is a 20% transaction increase on the testnet due to new decentralized application launches, per IOHK. Developers reported 50 new dApps in testing, pushing Cardano's ecosystem growth, with a focus on scalability enhancements. Now, what's shaping Chainlink's price trend? Chainlink is at $17.82, up 0.90%, with a $10.49 billion market cap. No major updates, but the price uptick reflects broader market resilience, per Chainlink official channels. A 12% increase in Oracle data requests overnight suggests growing adoption, particularly in DeFi and insurance sectors. Let's see what's behind Avalanche's subtle gains. Avalanche stands at $24.75, up 1.22%, with a $9.88 billion market cap. No news stories, but the price rise aligns with real-world asset trends, with $50 million in tokenized real estate added overnight per Avalanche Foundation. This move supports Avalanche's push into tokenized securities. Turning to Stellar's slight dip today. Stellar's at 42 cents, down 0.05%, with a $13.12 billion market cap. No fresh news, but the dip reflects market correction, with cross-border volume down 3% to $175 million per Stellar beat. Analysts note Stellar's focus on remittances could stabilize it if volume rebounds. Now, let's check Hedera's minor uptick. Hedera is at 26 cents, up 0.38%, with a $9.34 billion market cap. No new developments, but the increase supports enterprise adoption, with a 5% rise in contracts overnight, per Hedera hashgraph. This growth is tied to partnerships in supply chain tracking. Finally, what's the latest on Litecoin's ETF delay? Litecoin is at $108.23, up 0.27%, with an $8.7 billion market cap. Today's story is the Securities and Exchange Commission's third delay of Grayscale's spot Litecoin ETF to October 10, 2025, adding uncertainty, per CoinDesk. A 10% drop in trading volume to $300 million reflects investor caution, but analysts see potential for recovery if regulatory clarity improves. That wraps up today's crypto rundown for July 31, 2025. The market's decline contrasts with gains in Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin, fueled by institutional support and community activity. Tomorrow's Federal Open Market Committee decision could shift the market. Stay informed. The broader context reveals a market at a turning point, with $1.2 billion in Ethereum ETF inflows today adding intrigue, while Bitcoin's options expiry keeps traders alert. Decentralized finance is thriving, with Ethereum's DeFi total value locked at $150 billion and Solana's at $4.5 billion, reflecting robust infrastructure growth. Altcoins like XRP and Cardano are showing resilience, with potential for further upside if macroeconomic conditions stabilize. The integration of blockchain into traditional finance, seen in Cardano's dApp expansion and Binance Coin's developer fund, underscores a maturing ecosystem. Keep an eye on volume trends. Today's $174.16 billion could rise if buyer confidence returns post-FOMC. This dip might be a strategic entry point, but volatility remains a factor. Like and follow, we will see you at the top.